What looks like a shot from Jurassic World is just a small forest called Clementi Forest in the heart of Singapore. And in this video I want to reach this pocket of green with my half-bike before the city fully wakes up. I will educate a curious bro about the bike I'm riding, heading to a local coffee stall to grab a local Kopi. But the first challenge we need to overcome is finding our way onto one of Singapore's most hidden cycling paths, the Ray Corridor. Hello everybody, it's early, 6:30 in the morning and I'm tired. I'm on my mission with my half-bike over there again to find a Kopi, which is the word for coffee in Singapore. But first things first, we have to find a hidden Ray Corridor, also called the Green Corridor. It's supposed to start just behind me over there, but there's not so much going on. We can't access it from the east, there's only construction work going on. And here on the west, the footpath actually stops and there's just a highway coming down. But eventually I've noticed that there's someone jumping out of the bushes and walking down the side here on from the highway. So if I'm lucky, there's a hidden entrance. Let's find out. Let's follow this path along the highway and see if we can find the secret entrance to the Ray Corridor. Obviously we have to cross a small ditch, quite scary to be honest. And then we have to squeeze through a forest gap that looks like something out of a horror movie at this hour. But once you manage to get to the Ray Corridor, it is pure magic. It stretches through the city like a hidden green artery. And while the Ray Corridor lets you cross almost the entire country of Singapore from south to north in about an hour, I'm going to do a quick stop midway at Clementi Forest, which looks fascinating in the early morning hours. I will then leave the Ray Corridor and head east to find a local coffee stall. On my way, I'm passing several entry points like this one. There's always a street sign telling me the name of the exit, although I prefer double checking Google Maps. I recall I once carried my bike upstairs to then find out it was actually the wrong exit, so I had to go back. What I like about the Ray Corridor is there's no crossing, no traffic lights. You're cycling between normal neighborhoods and industrial zones and below the highways. Yet it feels like you're in the wild somehow. In a city like Singapore, there's constant construction work going on, but despite larger construction areas being crossed by the railway corridor, they made sure the Ray Corridor can still be used by everyone. We are passing Buona Vista, a space which is more open and hosts a popular train station where two major MRT lines intersect. I've been riding now around 7 kilometers and there are 2 more to go until we reach our first destination.
Here's actually my exit with a bicycle lane in very good condition, but I go on a bit further to show you a secret. And there it is, Clementi Forest. A rare patch of jungle in the middle of the city. It's surrounded by housing blocks, roads, businesses, yet this place remains untouched somehow. Now for the second mission, time to wake up properly. Kopi is Singapore's version of coffee. Brewed strong, sweetened with condensed milk, roasted with butter, all for the unique taste. It's much richer and more intense than Western coffee, also more burnt in flavor though. Exactly what I need after an early morning ride like this today. Then, a curious bro and his mother want to check out my bike.
It's called a half bike. Half bike. Not a full bike, it's a half bike. Now, because there are so many different types of Kopis, ordering it is its own science. By now I've only mastered to order the 2 or 3 types of Kopi I used to drink every now and then. Kopi se kosong. This is why I like riding a half bike through Singapore, finding hidden places like Clementi Forest or a local Kopi store. And if you have any suggestions on places I should visit or any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you liked the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you.
When trying to rate this trip, I have to acknowledge that the rail corridor is very narrow. It's a corridor after all. And when not being an early bird, it can get crowded quickly. There's only little carving possible, hence giving it only a 3 out of 5 in this category. However, because there's no road to cross at all, it gets a 5-star rating for continuous cycle path. For food and drink options, I would give it a 4 out of 5 because almost every exit allows you to head to a hawker center nearby. For ambience and view, I will give it a 4 out of 5 given the jungle vibes and greenery. As usual, if you're curious about getting a half bike, check out the link below and use my promo code for $50 off. Thanks for riding along, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next adventure.